I've always believed that every person we meet in life shows up for a reason. Some teach us, some test us, and some change everything. When I met her, I didn't know which one she would be. I just knew something in me shifted that day. I found her for a reason. But what happened next will shock you. As I waited in that bustling cafe, my heart raced with anticipation. There she was, the girl who had captivated my thoughts since that fateful day. I couldn't shake the feeling that our meeting was destined, yet I had no idea what lay ahead. Suddenly, the door swung open and a figure stepped in, altering the very course of my life. It was one of those ordinary days you never expect to remember. I was just going through the motions, work noise life, until she appeared. She wasn't loud or flashy. She didn't even try to get my attention. But something about her calmness, her confidence, her quiet smile, it stopped me in my tracks. You know that strange feeling when you meet someone and everything inside you whispers, "That's her." That's what it felt like. We started talking, about nothing really, but in that nothing I felt everything. There was warmth, ease, familiarity, like my soul recognized her before my mind did. And that night I told myself, I found her for a reason. At first everything was effortless. We talked for hours about dreams, faith, fears, the things most people hide. She listened, not just with her ears, but with her heart. She didn't just hear me, she understood me. And for a man who's used to pretending he's fine all the time, that meant everything. We became inseparable. Every text, every call, every moment together felt like a thread pulling us closer. And I started believing that maybe, just maybe, the universe finally got one thing right. I told her once, "I think I found you for a reason." She smiled and said, "Then I hope I'm a good one." If only I knew how much that reason would cost me. For a while, she was my peace. Her presence silenced the noise in my mind. Her laughter became my favorite sound. We built something real, or at least I thought we did. It wasn't about grand gestures. It was about the small things. The way she'd look at me mid-conversation. The way she'd hold my hand when words failed. The way her energy made even my worst days bearable. I thought love like that was forever. I was wrong. It didn't end overnight. It ended slowly. One unread message, one missed call, one "I'm just tired" at a time. Her laughter became rare, her hugs shorter. Her eyes, once full of light, started looking somewhere else. I asked if she was okay, but she said, "I just need space." I didn't realize that space was the softest word for goodbye. Days turned into weeks, and the silence echoed louder than any conversation we had ever shared. I scrolled through old messages, laughing at inside jokes that now felt like distant memories. Her favorite coffee order still lingered in my mind, but the seat across from me remained empty. I tried to reach out, but it felt like shadows were creeping between us, thickening the air with unspoken words. Each attempt was met with the same gentle refusal, her voice soft yet firm in its resolve. I wanted to fight for her to break down the walls she had built, but maybe she needed those walls more than I realized. The day it finally ended, she didn't cry, and maybe that's what hurt the most. She looked at me and said, "I think we were meant to meet, but not meant to last." I wanted to fight it. I wanted to make her stay. But something inside me told me this was the end of our chapter. She walked away, and the silence she left behind was louder than any words. I remember standing there frozen, realizing that the woman I thought was my forever was just passing through. After she left, I went quiet. No music, no smiles, just emptiness. Every place reminded me of her. The park bench, the cafe, the late night drives. Even silence had her voice in it. People told me to move on. But how do you move on from someone who felt like your destiny? Every night I replayed our story, searching for where it went wrong. Was I too much, not enough, or was this just fate doing what fate always does? Bringing people together to teach them how to let go. It took time, long, painful, necessary time, to understand something powerful. She didn't come into my life to complete me. She came to awaken me. Because of her, I learned how to open up. I learned that vulnerability isn't weakness. I learned that love isn't about holding on. It's about understanding when to release. I found her for a reason, and that reason was growth. She wasn't my forever. She was my turning point. Months later, just when I had finally made peace with her absence, my phone buzzed. Her name flashed across the screen. My heart jumped, just like old times. I opened the message. It said, "Hey, I've been thinking about you." For a second, everything came rushing back. The memories, the feelings, the hope. But this time I didn't reply right away. Because the version of me who once needed her validation no longer existed. When I finally responded, I said, I think I found you for a reason, and that reason already served its purpose. And for the first time since she left, I didn't feel pain. I felt peace. Looking back now, I realize some people come into your life not to stay, but to shift your path. She was never meant to be my ending. She was meant to be the catalyst for my becoming. Because of her, I became softer, wiser, stronger. She taught me how to love deeply and how to walk away with dignity. Some stories aren't meant to last a lifetime, but they change your lifetime. That's what she was to me. A beautiful chapter, not the whole book. If you've ever loved someone who didn't stay, don't regret it. They came into your life for a reason. Maybe to teach you patience, maybe to teach you strength, or maybe to remind you what love should feel like. You didn't lose them. You found the version of you that could survive without them. So yes, I found her for a reason. But what shocked me most was realizing that the reason wasn't her. It was me. Maybe you stumbled on this video for a reason too. Maybe it's the universe reminding you that pain always births purpose. Let it go. Grow from it. And trust that what's meant for you will never leave confused. This is Sandy's Spotlight, where every story shines. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if this story touched your heart, because the next one might just find you for a reason.